everyone to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast. For today, we're talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from June the 23rd of 1990. We are only 1 week away from Thanksgiving as this show drops. That's right, a week from this show dropping will be Thanksgiving. Hard to believe, huh? Well, that means two things. I want to make these announcements real quick before I throw it to Harper and Doc. It means to bookmark the BTT Amazon Associates link at tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. And it also means a gentle reminder that remember, when it's Thanksgiving week, we always drop the show a day early and we always play the annual audio on how to give thanks at your family's Thanksgiving meal, BTT style. So remember, show comes out on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving Eve, and you'll get to hear the classic audio of how to give thanks BTT style at your family's Thanksgiving meal. On that note, let me say hello, Doc. How are you doing? By the way, we got 2 new 5-star reviews this week. They heard our call last week.
You said you had something you needed to talk about. Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Okay, so as of us recording this, it's somebody's birthday. Not that I give two shits.
Oh,
hold on.
Is it it's your birthday?
Chris, don't you?
No, it's Mike's birthday.
I don't give two shits.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Michael Mills.
Happy
birthday to you.
Oh, let me get this. Let me see if I can guess. You're in trouble because you're doing what you want to do on your birthday by recording with us, and you're in trouble out in the rest of your house.
Yesterday, we've been pushing around our schedules, which is a whole nother topic. We don't need to get into it. We've been moving stuff around. We got busy lives, families, wives, all that stuff. So I reminded someone, hey, don't forget, I got to record tomorrow evening. And I got this look of,
are you kidding me?
Cannot believe you're doing that on your birthday. And I looked at her and said, I'm also working on my birthday. So what the piss does it matter?
Hey, when you get done doing this, you better go out there and unzip your pants and say, this shit ain't going to suck itself.
Oh. Don't have a cake?
No.
No?
Bro, you buy me a cake for my birthday, I'm going to be like, go return it and give me the money that you got for this cake. Because first off, I'm not a cake person. I don't really like cake.
You're not a cake person. You're not a people person.
You know what I like? Doc's
silence.
A joke about this. The silence and being left alone is a wonder. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, for real. What are you doing? Nothing.
Right. No, what are you doing, Harper?
Nothing.
They can't understand that.
I ain't doing shit.
Like, aren't you allowed to just vegetate? I mean, that's something. But if you
chill,
right? I'm just relaxing. I'm just
Judge
sitting
Judy.
Here. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm just sitting here. Doing what?
If you want to be left alone, ask her if she's put on a few pounds.
Boy, you ain't lying. So I got shot the craziest look in the world because
do your kids care?
Recording. Do they care? One of them walked in the door a few minutes ago from practice, and she said, "Oh, I forgot this morning. Happy birthday!" Just like that.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
And you said, "Pack your shit and get the fuck out of here."
Come on,
boy. That's gonna be a fun day when I send them packing, both of them.
So
when they're of age.
So here's what I want to know: what exactly did Sasha have planned for you that you're ruining by being here with the boys, chopping it up and talking about this wrestling?
So you're supposed to go to like Ponchos or something?
No.
You can raise the flag and they put the sombrero on your fucking head. They can come in. Happy birthday. Or like in Hooters where they put the fucking cups in your mouth and you gotta flap your arms with the little cokehead nursing school dropout girls all standing around you and hey, happy birthday.
I think that's it, Harper. I don't think they sing happy birthday at Ponchos though. It's Feliz Cumpleaños a ti.
Como esta?
No, I had it right.
Raise the flag, motherfucker. Y'all still have those?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, that's news to me.
Oh, yeah.
So I got shot with that, yesterday. Can't believe. I'm sorry
Can't
to ruin
believe.
your plans.
Can't
It's like that old
believe.
story I told you on my years ago, Doc, when we first met. It was like a couple years after we met. I was like, man, I got in trouble once because I think it was the Saints actually or LSU. I don't remember which one. It was the Saints because it was a Sunday. I got in trouble because I told her I don't want to go to eat on my birthday. The Saints play at noon and I'm watching the game. And she looked at me like I had 5 freaking heads.
You're doing it wrong, Mike.
And I remember this specifically because Doc goes, isn't it something how they want to tell you how you're supposed to spend your birthday? They already tell you how you're supposed to spend your time every other time, but they also want that one day. Not that my birthday is special, but I'll be damn. It didn't matter that it was my birthday that day. It just was the fact that I just wanted to watch the game. That's it.
Yeah. It's not about celebration. It's about control.
You also have
you have body autonomy, Mike. You don't have to do anything you don't want.
you also have O'Henry's?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No?
I don't think they have those here.
What about a
Those places are
Zaxby's?
sickening.
Oh,
Those places are
God.
sick.
They don't have that shit around here.
We don't have that
Here's-
either.
Here's
Yeah, we
Raising
do.
Cane's.
There's Zaxby's in DFW, Doc?
Oh, I don't know. I was
Oh.
just saying that. I just come on here and say stuff,
Yeah. Well, Mike,
Well-
happy birthday to you.
I don't really give a damn. But before we get rolling,
What are you, 52 now?
Yeah, thanks for fucking it up. But she's probably in her room fucking crying, watching the Bravo channel, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, that fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
we got 2 kids keeping her on her toes in there. Let's just put it like that. Anyway, special shout out to our largest page contributors monthly, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice. Thank you for your generous support each and every week on the show. And shout out to a couple of new patrons and a longtime patron who's been with us for a few years. First off, new patron Jason B, new patron Ryan C, and then longtime patron for many years, Hall of Famer Josh. Hey, Josh, I feel your pain on that Clemson thing. I'm kind of going through the same thing with LSU. But anyway, go Tigers. Because you ain't going to hear that much longer. Doc, what do you want to do? Flips and dives? You got some 5-star reviews. What are we doing here? Oh, are you going to go with quince y dos? Los vaqueros is quince y dos.
What is that?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, this is America.
Speak English.
Yeah.
It says the guy who was singing Dieciséis y
I don't
uno
think it's
last
English.
week.
I think, Harper, how do you say English? When you speak English? I don't know.
Remember that album, Speak English or Die?
SOD or MOD?
Yeah.
It was either Method of Destruction. I think it was Stormtroopers of Death. It was the dude from
Yeah, it
Anthrax.
was. Yeah.
All I know is Doc is acting like his team didn't get trounced by a team they should have beat. But
What are you talking about?
He's in denial.
Here's the deal.
You
I
don't
was-
want
The
to
Mavericks
say
are
it.
doing great this year.
The Mavericks are
Yeah, you
great. How
want to talk
those
about the
Belgies?
Mavericks.
Here's the deal. I didn't get to see the game because I was down doing some community good acts of charity.
Oh, God.
I know it was pretty bad, but when you're a pillar in the community, they ask you to give back. And I haven't seen the game, but everything I've heard said it went pretty well, so I'm feeling good.
Oh, fucking know what I saw?
Please tell us.
In a Walmart parking lot, I saw this really large black woman who was like Precious's stunt double taking a piss in a
What?
parking lot, just squatting, bro, by her car.
Did she not
Precious
know
is-
that there was a bathroom right inside?
Yeah, I was like, what this? Because I see it like the stream. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing?
Maybe
And I
she
was
was
like, and she's squatting, like, oh, she's just gonna piss in the middle of the fucking parking lot, in broad daylight.
Did you say Precious's stunt double?
Yeah.
You'd say that, yes.
What are you talking about?
That movie.
Oh, okay.
What an asshole.
No,
Y'all are going.
Alicia's
You going.
Precious.
You going to hell for that one?
For what?
That's messed up.
Well, I'm just saying, she was huge. Like, I always look at women, and I'm thinking, if I wanted to suplex this bitch and she sandbagged me, can I get her over? If the answer is no, then yeah, Precious.
We found the gold moment of the week.
Well, that gives new meaning to wrestling in the parking lot of a Walmart. Jesus. And I muscled this tractor up over me.
I see Harper walking through the wild, like in public. He's in the mall. He's in Walmart. He's in Target. And he's like, man, look at that big broad. I wonder if I could suplex her and if she sandbagged me, if I could get her over. But Doc, what happened to your Cowboys, man?
All I heard was that we won.
I'll tell you what happened with them.
I know Texas, and I know that there ain't nothing good that's ever come from that filthy, white trash, honky state of Texas.
Sound like your two kids, huh?
That's nice.
Hey, I got to tell you something. I don't want to hurt your feelings, Mike, but I need to tell you this.
Oh, God.
I actually have another black friend.
What?
Yeah. And he and I have been friends for a while. I don't want you to think that you're replaced. I have room. I can now I got bonus points at the diversity.
Will you make the goddamn point and stop fooling people?
I got bonus points at the because I can just say I don't have to say I just have a black friend. I can say I have black friends. Anyway, he's a little bit younger, and we do youth sports together. Shout out to JT out there, but he anyway, he finally listened to the show, and he's younger, so he doesn't watch wrestling.
Has he ever watched it?
I don't think so.
Wow, that must be something else for him to listen to this stuff, man.
But I can tell you, he said you really are black.
Okay.
See? You got the green light, Mike.
You're going to go to hell, Doc.
No, he really said that. He told me that last night. He said, man, that's a brother, I think. And I said, well, you decide. It's 2021. You can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's not true. Now, do you want to do the 5-star reviews, or would you like me to?
Yeah, I can handle it. I've got them pulled up. They're relatively short, but that doesn't mean that they're not good ones. We got a couple of 5-star. Oh, this fucking app is garbage. Hold on. I'm going to get back over here.
Got one of them iPhone gimmicks, huh?
We got one back at the beginning of the November month here, also known as Mike's birthday month. You should just tell her that this is your birthday month, and you'll catch her tomorrow.
Bro, if I even fix my lips to say birthday month, she would look at me like I'm stupid, even though she's the one who told me that.
Then come out of the bedroom that you're in, or whatever, and you're in the squalor in which you live, and be doing the Ric Flair helicopter trick.
Read the 5-star.
We got love that. I can't read it. It cut it off.
I'll read the title to you. It says love
111 #fan.
The title is Love the Tennessee Dog Whooping Out of This Show.
I like that. Best show in the world, period. It was in all caps, like 6 exclamation points.
Yep.
And you know what? This person, I don't want to assume genders here, but this person's onto something. I do think we are the best show in the world. Here's what I do know. We probably have less ads than any other podcast you're trying to listen to.
By miles.
It's been getting crowded in these episodes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, huh?
All right, so now we're going to go over to Fatty McButternut.
I don't know who that is, but that's a funny handle.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that that's a fake name. Book in the territory. Love this show. I have been listening for about 8 months. Brother, that means you got a whole lot of back catalog to go get. We've been great for a long fucking time. How about that?
That's a blessing for him, man. He just found
That's
us.
right.
He's
Man.
got all
That's like
those.
an extra Christmas present this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we in year 6, 7? I don't know.
Something like that, huh?
6.5 this month.
This train just keeps on rolling. Now, one thing I want to go back and get before we start the show is we kind of know how Harper's doing because he got to see a big fat lady piss in a Walmart parking lot, but we never formally asked Harper, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
That's good to hear. I mean, why wouldn't you be?
Right. I mean, fuck it, bro. I
Fuck
got
it.
Jim Hurd staring me.
That's right, man.
Face.
What a blessing. I mean, he ran a hot show in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Did y'all? God, the Jim Hurd thing. Oh no, I forgot what I was about to ask Harper. Never mind. Keep going.
I was ready to start this episode, I think.
Oh, I didn't know. I was making sure you didn't have
Aren't
any
we here to
flips and
talk
dials.
wrestling? Shit.
All right, let me get this video going. Hold on. All
What
right,
an
here we go.
asshole. Look at this fucker.
Okay, stop.
This guy right
This is-
here is just single-handedly murdering the wrestling business.
He looks like the fucking typical like dirty politician that you see on your local news that gets arrested for fucking like giving out fucking construction contracts or some shit.
Bro, he's on to something, Mike.
He's
Doesn't he?
really on this. He's on to a lot, is what he is. He
How
definitely
much-
looks like a dirty politician.
Here's a question.
Edwin Edwards. There he is.
Who would win in a gin drinking contest between him and Gordon Soley?
Gordon Sully.
Gordon would.
Yeah,
by
because
far.
he's been arrested.
I would
Yes,
say
I
the
mean-
gin companies, but that's just me.
What were you about to say, Harper?
I mean, fuck, he's been drinking. He's been in wrestling for fucking forever. And this asshole came from where?
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, fucking Pizza Hut. You think he's getting fucked up at working at Pizza Hut every
Yes,
night?
back in those days, 100%.
Oh, really?
Well, no. See, here's the thing. I mean, Pizza Hut, even though, he's Jim Hurd, the thing is, Gordon Soley was in the wrestling business, which is common.
Right.
So they were hammered. He was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, Gordon
On
could drink on
road
the
every
job.
night. Yeah.
I'm
Hurd
pretty
had a
sure
little bit more trouble
executives
drinking on
in
the job.
Executives in the late 80s could pretty much drink on the job, too. and
Not
did.
like Gordon Soley could in the wrestling business.
Okay, that's fair.
Fucking Pizza
You ain't got to
Hut.
get hot about it. Shit. It's your fucking
not hot.
birthday. Settle the fuck down.
This guy runs Pizza Hut. Yeah, he should run our wrestling company because we serve pizza.
Right. He's an old white guy. You ain't got to have experience or be good at anything. You just have to be next in line.
You just have to be a Caucasoid, right, Doc?
That's not a word I choose to use because I think it's hurtful.
Hurtful. All right.
Yeah, I don't
Sure.
think. I mean, we don't get to use those kinds of words back at you. Harper and I have to play it straight.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get into this show then. Let me hit play. That way we can hear from this idiot and see what he's got to say right here.
The Four Horsemen don't run you, and they don't run me. And they certainly don't dictate policy to the WCW Board of Directors. Stay tuned to this program for an important announcement concerning the Sting Flair heavyweight match coming up on the Great American Bash.
Oh
All
God,
right.
you know what he looks like? Seeing
What's
this, the guy that owns the local fucking car dealership. Hey, this is Wild Bill at your GMC Cadillac, and we got the all new 2020 GMC Sierras right here, bruh. That's what he looks like.
We'll
Dude
throw
would
in a
rip-
free car wax,
Yeah, from like Wild Bill's Ford Lincoln Mercury in
car emporium,
yeah, in fucking
Metairie,
Lubbock, fucking Texas or some shit
in Metairie,
in Metairie.
out on Metairie Highway.
They
They'll
used
fill
to
your
have
gap.
a fucking Wild Bill, a dealership out here.
They
Remember that,
sure
Mike?
did. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
God, I didn't think about it till you said it. Well, Jim Hurd says a major announcement is coming, so stay tuned to your seats and see what he's talking about. The opening of the show, we heard from him, and then we go to JR and Ricky Morton on commentary, and then they quickly send us to the ring for action with Gary Michael Capetta announcing. Doc, you had any thoughts on Morton here being introduced and doing a little commentary before we get to the first match?
You think Hurd was like watching the show and got mad and was like, why are they talking bad about me? And worked himself into a shoot. Was like, I got to go on the air and respond.
I
That
could
dude's a
see that.
He's a fucking buffoon.
I could see that.
Like nobody smartened him up.
I feel like, and look, I've watched some shoot interviews from this time and whatnot, but I just don't have it committed to memory. I feel like people back there, like, they knew he was the boss, but it was kind of one of those things where if you ever work somewhere and somebody's the boss, you're like, yeah, they're the boss, but you have no respect for them and you do just enough not to get fired.
Right.
That sounds like your career.
It's like,
so you're kind of
like
disrespectful,
fucking Mr.
but you're
Spacely
not.
from fucking Spacely Sprockets.
Yeah, so you're kind of disrespectful, but you're not.
You're walking the line.
You walk the line where they can't really fire you or do anything to you, but you do the bare minimum
We
to
all
stay out
know
of trouble.
we ain't getting along. I know that you know that I know that you're an idiot.
That's it. And I have no clue who Mr. Spacely is, Harper. I apologize.
The fucking Jetsons.
Jesus.
Who?
The Jetsons.
Oh, the
boss?
cartoon. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Michael. It's your birthday.
That has nothing to
Don't
do with
worry.
anything.
It's your birthday. Not really. We're in Fort Pierce, Florida here, by the way, at the Civic Center.
That's what I couldn't figure out if it was a fucking, maybe like a junior college gym or it looks small, but I think it was one of those buildings like the Pontchartrain Center where they got the wall that could separate it.
Yeah. This is the first time we've ever had a tank top on commentary, on color.
Is it
That's
really
true.
a tank top? It's not really a tank top.
Well, yeah, get the
Sleeveless
sleeves cut
t-shirt.
off like he's gonna go change the brake pads on his Camaro.
It's exactly what he looks like. That white
Well,
shirt's gonna be full of grease.
I remember seeing ZZ Top at Tulane Stadium. It's 75.
Hey, JR, can we hurry this up? I got some minor mechanic work to go do.
He's got some mechanic work to go do. All right, we go to the first match. It's Rick and Scott Steiner. They're gonna take on
me and Hoot messed up the struts on the
Rock and Roll van. I heard you, Doc. You had a couple of horses in there, huh? And a couple big ones.
Hey, we were in Biloxi. We did the best we could do.
Best we can do on a night. Rick and Scott Steiner, they take on Jason Knight and Terry Davis. Real quick, before you comment on Jason Knight, because I got a feeling you got something to say there, Doc. We get a picture-in-picture promo from Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin claiming they would defeat the Steiners at the Great American Bash. And then I'll throw it to you, Doc, for your thoughts on the matchup.
Well, we're doing the bash pretty soon, and all I got to say is these two guys are something. We're going to talk about that at the bash, behind the wall.
There's something.
We got Jason Knight. We know him later to be in EC Dub, correct?
Yep.
About all I know.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was the note I had. I mean, very young-looking Jason Knight. Look at him, man. I mean, not that he's far off from when he's going to be in ECW, but he looks good. I mean, he's got a good build.
Yeah, it's got a good build.
How come he didn't make it bigger?
I mean, you could ask that question about a lot of guys with talent. I'm not saying he was the next Ric Flair, but I mean, when you stand him next to this Terry Davis guy, you could see one of them does look like he belongs on television and the other one doesn't.
Yeah. Steiner's are fucking over here, by the way.
Here comes a move. I forgot the double arm. Watch this.
Whoopsie. Let me get you over here.
Double
And
arm
now I'm going to
suplex.
send you for a
Look
fly.
at that.
Man, just like he's walking through a Walmart parking lot thumping bitches.
That's what Harper tries to figure out if he could do when he sees a big girl. Oh, boy. So the finish.
Why you got to ask me that shit? Because I'm just seeing if I could get you up in the air if it came to it.
God. That's messed up, Doc. So we're going to go to the finish here. It's a quick match. The Steiners are going to win when Rick pins this Terry Davis guy who does not know what the hell he's doing.
That guy looks like a middle school band director.
Yeah, that guy needs to go back to Firestone and
he's not even. All right, Tubas, let's hear from you.
This is a nice bump on that Steiner line.
Yeah, might not be at work though. Uh-oh.
Yeah, here it comes. There's going to be an overhead belly to belly from Rick Steiner. One,
God,
two,
that
three.
guy's hair.
It's
Yeah.
just stupid looking.
And he's got the ponytail like he's look.
Oh, he does. I didn't notice it.
He thinks he's fucking Bret Michaels or some shit.
He paid money for that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. That's the match. Harper, any other thoughts?
Fuck that guy.
No kidding.
If you walk around because here's the thing, the guy's obviously bald. And then he's like,
Ding.
You know what?
He's balding.
Yeah. And he's like, I want to grow my hair long right now.
It's my last shot.
Right. The fuck? You should have thought about that 10 years ago, asshole.
Harper's motivated tonight. All right, let's go now to Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, and Barry Windham cutting a promo. They've got something to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here on World Championship Wrestling. Later in the program, the dudes with attitudes to take on the Horsemen. Now, Lex Luger is not here today, and neither is Sting. So what kind of match can you have?
Well, JR, not to cut you off, let me explain something to you. See, we travel together, we party together, we train together, and the main thing we do is wrestle together, so why don't we just make it a six-man? How does that sound to you?
I don't think they've got enough guys,
What
Rick.
we do, because we're the very best of what we do, is create big ratings on nationally televised programs. And today, because we have consented to, the Horsemen will wrestle JYD, Paul Orndorff, and any other punk that wants to walk that aisle. The bottom line is, Jim Ross, you think you're the best at what you do. We know. Woo! Whether you like it or you don't like it, you all gotta learn to love it. Especially you, baby, because it's the best thing going today. Woo!
All right, fans, we'll be back with more World Championship Wrestling right after this.
Doc, what the hell are Arn and Barry wearing?
Shirts that need full collars, man.
Yeah. And
They
Barry
look like their mommies dressed them for this.
Yeah, right. Like it's for their school picture.
Well, I was gonna put you in that other one, but it's at your dad's house, so why don't you... It didn't come back from your father's house. They're not dressed like tough men.
No.
But I thought Rick was. That's the best Rick's been in a long time.
Rick was good. I couldn't get past the shirts. And the thing is, it's hard to see because it's kind of dark.
It
and
makes Arn look like he has a big gut.
It does, because it's tucked in. And in Barry, you can't tell, but they've got these collarless shirts. They're not T-shirts. They're,
Man,
I'm gonna call them designers.
Bruh, that's the kind of shit my mom used to buy me from TJ Maxx.
Bruh, yes.
Yes.
Because they got it for a real good price. And
Right. It was like $4.99.
Yeah, they thought it was something decent, and they got home with it, and you were like, what is this? Why did you buy this toilet paper?
Yeah. What's my fucking OP shirt? Well, they don't make that anymore. Fuck.
Oh, goodness. So I thought Rick was good. What else did you have from this, Harper?
Where's Sid at?
Out getting his tux fitted.
Yeah.
Well, so it sounds like we got a 6-man later with these three, and then Orndorff and JYD and someone else, and Sting isn't here. We'll keep moving on that particular note, and we're going to go to the next match where we got Mean Mark with Paul E. Dangerously, who is going to take on a gentleman by the name of Chris Proctor, Calloway, you know. We do get a picture-in-picture from Paul E. talking about Luger versus Mean Mark. Doc, let me get your thoughts on Calloway here and this Chris Proctor-looking fella.
Look at this guy that Calloway's wrestling.
Dude.
Calloway.
He looks like the guy from, remember that from fucking Starship? We built this city on rock.
You did okay, so I had a different take, but we're both just right in the same wheelhouse here. I said he looks like the guitar player from Kansas.
I don't want to shock y'all, but I know exactly who Harper is talking about because I remember that video.
Yeah.
And he does look like that.
Listen to the radio.
Don't you remember?
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. How's it go? Someone plays the blah blah.
You asking a bit too much for me.
Marconi plays the mamba.
Listen, what the fuck is a mamba?
Mambo, like Marconi plays the mambo, like that style of music that.
Oh, Mambo number 5.
Something like that.
This dude. Okay, the singlet is one thing. But the hair is the thing
hair,
that
special.
Dude, look that hair.
He looks like a Dollar Tree version of like Marty Jannetty.
You know, I didn't have Starship when I first saw this, but I thought Fraggle Rock for some reason.
You don't have all the hair. You don't have the hair metal references to get there.
What were you about to say, Harper?
It's like someone took his gear and just poured a bowl of like Fruity Pebbles on it, like the milk that's fucking left after it. It's just like, hey, I want this color design. Can y'all do this? I got a big match on television. Picture Fruity Pebbles milk. Oh yeah, we can do that.
Imagine this asshole getting that gear and being all fired up about it.
Yeah. Oh man, my mama's gonna be watching.
Chris Proctor's his name, everyone. And if you're a patron, you can see exactly what we're talking about here as we watch this on the video version. But Paul Lee, like I said, he cuts a promo talking about Luger versus Mean Mark in the future. And then Mean Mark is going to hit his finisher. It took a little bit longer than probably should have, but whatever. Mean Mark walks the top rope, drops the big elbow, gets the win. Doc, any thoughts from this match other than watching Fraggle Rock get his ass beat?
Down to Fraggle Rock.
This dude, it's hard to see it because, you know, the footage is grainy back in the day. Dude, he's also got this mustache and like.
Fuck yeah, bro.
He's a goofy looking dude.
That's why I said like Kansas, because this is like 70s look.
Yeah, like 38 special or some shit.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Fuck, that's exactly what he looks like. Remember that band Zebra, Mike?
Yes, we talked about that a long time ago on this show.
He could be in Zebra.
My dad's sister knew them.
I'm sure she did.
Bruh, I don't look. That's her business. Whatever floats your boat.
You want to get to Gretna Fest for free?
Better toss this salad.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
That's
all right.
Stop. Okay.
We're gonna keep moving. Any other thoughts, Doc? Is Calloway here gonna win this thing? I tell you, man, real quick. He hits that clothesline and makes it look like something, doesn't he?
Right. It's just, I mean,
look at it.
30 years ago, and from a few years ago, his agility was still there.
Yeah.
For him, that's the case. And also, man, Paul Lee's been at this thing for 31 years later, and he's still out there.
Yeah, no.
Okay, we've talked about this a number of times, but
What?
they didn't see what they had in this guy. They didn't see what they had in this guy. This big old dude who can
pass this up.
walks the ropes, got great agility, especially for a man that size. And remember, this is 1990. A man that size with the agility he's got, he's basically an athlete, and they don't see it.
It's like when the Atlanta Falcons traded off Brett Favre when he was a rookie.
Yeah. I've heard Jerry Glanville explain why.
Because he's a fucking idiot.
No, he was like, I had the pressure on me to win now, and in my mind I was thinking, why would I start a rookie? And that's how it happened. But
God,
whatever.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Glanville?
Is he still alive?
I hated him as a kid, but
yeah.
now that I'm older, he's a carny bastard. Now I have a lot more respect for him for just being a worker. Because he really was an entertainer. Like he was
almost like a heel Terry Bradshaw.
Kinda. I mean, just the stupid stuff. Like the commentators all knew it at a certain point, but he's like, yeah, I leave tickets for Elvis at the window every week. Inviting him to the game, and he would say that every week. He's like, yeah, I left my tickets for Elvis again. He didn't pick them up. And like, what? He was just out there, and he would say outlandish and crazy stuff, man. He was a worker. He was an entertainer. If you ever watch those old NFL films clips, the ones where he's mic'd are freaking fantastic. That's why I say he was a promo cutter and he was an entertainer. Anyway, we'll keep going. Doc, you didn't like Jerry Glanville?
I don't give two shits.
What about Buddy Ryan when Jimmy Johnson worked himself into a shoot and said, I was trying to shake Buddy's hand, but he got his big fat rear and went in the dressing room. Remember that game, Doc?
Yeah.
The night he was working.
I wish I knew where Buddy Ryan. I wish I knew where Buddy Ryan was buried so that I could go.
Don't even say it, you piece of crap. You're an idiot. Dude, that was some minute. Let me tell you, the NFL's been a work for a long time, but not in the way that it was back then.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had some like these coaches nowadays, they can't really do the things the old ones did, like the Buddy Ryans and whatnot, because they'll get canceled and thrown out the league. They can't cut promos like they used to.
Kevin Gilbride throwing punches on the sideline.
Yeah. They worked themselves into a shoot on Sunday Night Football. That was either on TNT or ESPN, throwing punches.
Everybody's doing wrestling.
Everybody.
We had it in the NBA last night.
Yeah.
What happened?
Marcus Morris went after Nikola Jokic, the Joker. Jokic said, bro, not today.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah,
keeping it moving.
He's like,
but then
Eastern Europe.
But then his two Eastern European brothers started cutting promos on Instagram. Like, if you want some, we can do we can do a 6-man tag.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with some dude from Eastern Europe, bro. He's not some white guy named Kyle from fucking the suburbs.
They'll cut off your pinky toe while they're smoking a cigarette.
I mean, those motherfuckers grew up shooting fucking RPGs at fucking Russian infantry trying to take back their fucking country.
Let's go now to the Horsemen. They're back. They got another promo to cut. Here's Wyndham, Arn, and Flair again.
And ladies and gentlemen, later in this program here on TBS, 6-man tag action. Guys, I'm a little concerned about the dudes with attitudes. Only 2 of them here, Junkyard Dog and Orndorff.
It seems to me that when Junkyard Dog and Orndorff come out with some sort of challenge that they would answer. Now, we have no problems. We've decided that we'll go into a 6-man situation, and they can't find a partner. They're a little short-handed. Well, they better be a little bit worried about it, because we have this situation well in hand. I'm sure that they'll be able to find somebody that can fill in the spot for either Luger or Sting because they're not here today.
Rick, why don't you be a good sport and just make it a regular tag team match?
Well, I'm not a good sport at anything I do. I do know one thing, and I'm sure it's no shock to you, Mr. Ross. Sting doesn't have the guts, the intestinal fortitude. He hasn't got what it takes to be on the scene when I'm in the building. Sting, I don't blame you. You show up when I'm on camera, pal. You get your leg broken again. You know why? Because I'm Ric Flair, and we're the Horsemen, and you're ours, punk. Woo!
And so we're back with the Rock and Roll Express right after this timeout.
Okay, I couldn't see this the first time because Barry was behind JR. I just realized something. So he's got this shirt on, but what the? That's not even jeans.
He's wearing sweatpants.
He's got this collarless designed shirt on, tucked into sweatpants, I assume. Would you agree, Harper?
Well, he's got to keep it classy. He's on national television. That's why he tucked the shirt in.
Sweatpants, Doc. What you think?
I think if this was a different time of year and I can't see that shirt, that those would be little Santa Clauses on that shirt.
Weren't these promos so much better when they're in front of a live crowd?
100%.
Everybody who doesn't...
But hey, nobody dictates policy but Jim Herd.
Yeah.
Anybody who will tell you that that studio wrestling... I've heard people say, oh, studio wrestling, it was all right. Bruh, the NWA and WCW in the mid-'80s had that studio wrestling down to a science. You talk a lot of smack, then you do nothing happening matches usually. Every now and then you'll have a good one, don't get me wrong, and then you talk more smack. And you do that for 2 hours every Saturday, and the people show up. Now, we're in the buildings, and yeah, we get a couple good promos here and there, but it's a whole lot different listening to Flair in front of a live studio audience than it is, with just him sitting there with Jim Ross backstage. Any other thoughts on the promo, though, Doc?
Oh, Flair was good again. I like that wall on one side of the building, though.
I don't like that.
It looks like we're in the Smokies to me.
It does. And honestly, Doc, there's a record that I looked up that says we're not in Florida. So,
really?
Yeah, I looked and it says we're in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So
we're somewhere.
I don't know the building well enough to know if this is
because I can't tell because I don't think it's a high school gym.
No, I don't think it is either. It's too big.
And that's what I was thinking. Maybe they're at some local junior college or something.
Yeah, I'm with you, both of y'all. I think it's too big. The building does not look like some kind of high school gym. Although there are high school gyms that are pretty damn big nowadays. Well, we finish up that promo and we keep going and we go to Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. We're going to take on a team called the Lethal Weapons. Slayer and Eliminator are the Lethal Weapons. I'm going to throw it to you, Doc. What you got?
Oh,
I had to look for a while to make sure one of those guys wasn't John Layfield.
I did too. It's the guy in the ring right now.
Who are these guys? Because I don't know.
They love taking headlock takeovers. That's for damn sure.
What's going on here?
That's a good question.
I thought we were down in Florida for this just because there was a lot of different jobbers I haven't seen. But I guess that could be, I would have thought Tennessee would have still had your Larry Santos and your Tommy Angels and all those guys.
I didn't say we definitely weren't in Florida. I was just saying there was a record I saw that said we were in Tennessee.
What's wrong? What's the name of this team? I never caught it.
The Lethal Weapons.
They're called the Lethal Weapons.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they look very lethal, don't they, to themselves? Yeah. Like, the old thing that Harper told Jay Spade, who's your toughest opponent? And they looked up and said, life. These guys aren't very impressive in any kind of way.
No?
What else you got from this one, Ty? Because this is...
It went on longer than it needed to.
Yeah. It was a bunch of headlock takeovers. So
That's
if I can
all
know what
it
that
was.
means,
What's it mean, Harper?
they got lost. They had to take them over and start over again.
We did get a picture-in-picture from Doom and Teddy Long before the match, or as it was getting started. Teddy Long and Doom talk about the Great American Bash and taking on the Rock and Roll Express. I looked up the results from 1990, and I think this is the only time these guys tag in WCW or the NWA. Talking about the Lethal Weapons.
Well, that's good.
I did have it in my notes. I did try to look it up. I couldn't find it. I don't know who they are. So if you know who they are, send an email to Half Pint. I forget his email address, and he'll respond to you. He likes interaction with the fans and listeners. The little fella. Doc, any other thoughts before I go to the finish on this thing? Because this thing went for too long, man.
Bro, what's that cameraman wearing?
Shorts?
Bro, these fucking cameramen are fucking jobbers, bro.
We have to be down in Florida.
Bro, they can't just wear a shirt that says TBS or WCW.
WCW?
Yeah.
Look, I know Texas hasn't been running with the strap lately, but we're still better than Florida, so I can talk shit. We could do without Florida, right?
Boy, you something. Double drop kick from the Rock and Roll. He's
I mean,
his stuff in. Rock
you
and
got
Roll win.
Pensacola.
How about this? Wherever you live, it sucks, and we could do without that too.
Let me tell y'all something funny. I love when one of y'all says something and you have no clue what you're talking about, and someone out there, multiple people, they think you're being serious. Look, Harper, he's got an NWA Crew T-shirt on.
Yeah, that's official gear of the NWA.
But I love when y'all are being stupid about something. But it actually, if you don't realize it, sometimes it sounds like you're being serious. And I'll have people email me to educate me on it. And I'm like, they were joking. but I appreciate the email. Thank you. It's funny.
So we're spelling catalog that way, huh?
Wow, wait, what the fuck?
We got fancy on that, but we can't get Lex Luger spelled right.
Cattle, look, Jesus Christ.
That's the British way, Matt, Harper.
Oh, God.
So anyway, what Doc is talking about, and here it is. The video folks can see it, but if you're just listening on the free feed and you're not a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT, become a patron and get access to all the Patreon content, including the video versions. The Great American Bash is coming up. We've done Capital Combat recently, the last Clash of the Champions. They show a graphic when going to commercial, and it says, for WCW gift catalog spelled CATALOGUE, call, and here's the number if you want to call it, 404-853-4607. Get your catalog. Call that one. They got fancy with it, Doc. I don't know what to say. Seems that's what
Fucking
they did.
aristocrats.
We do get a commercial after. Well, I got it. I have it wrong. Shit, I don't have it in here right. How the hell did I miss this? Oh no, there it is. I thought my notes were all messed up. We do have Teddy Long and Doom coming out. They're going to take on Scotty Williams and Rico Federico, if my notes are correct. Bush Reed is going to end up pinning this Federico guy when he hits him with the shoulder block or tackle off the top. Doc, thoughts on this match?
Rico Federico tells me we're down in Florida as well.
See, there you go. There you go.
Well, I'm afraid of what the Tennessee population would do to a guy named Rico Federico.
What are you trying to say?
Racism.
Oh.
I thought throughout the show, but I'm going to point it out here, Ricky Morton was really good on color commentary. And he talked a lot here about Doom because they're facing Doom at the pay-per-view.
Well, yeah, got to talk them into the building so they'll be hanging from the rafters, right?
He is
Yeah.
by far, like last week we had Mr. Wonderful, and
We had
Pillman.
Luger too.
Man, I thought Morton was really good.
Did you notice Cornette and the Midnight aren't here?
That's true. That's what I kind of figured. Well, they're gone now, huh?
No,
They get on
no,
the
they're not
road?
going. No, they're
No?
not going yet. Mm-mm. But they're not here, and I point that out because I feel like that's why Morton's on commentary so much. It's like nobody else was there, and they didn't want JR doing it by himself, and so I don't know. That was just my take on it. I could be wrong. Because Corny would normally be out there. He'd talk a hole in your head too. All right, Doc. What thoughts from this match? Anything?
I've already shared all of my thoughts.
Oh, just from the commentary. Hey, look at that brother in the front row, or look at that.
Yeah,
He
the
worked
guy's like,
himself into a shoot.
he's like, come here, boy.
What?
Look at him.
Look at him.
He's flexing.
Oh,
Oh, is that Humperdinck?
yeah. It looks like him.
From the back.
Oh,
He's flexing. He's telling
Just-
Butch Reed he wants some, and Butch is like, dude, you don't want
Yeah,
none of
just
this.
sit down, motherfucker.
Hey, I didn't listen to Molly Hatchet the whole way here to take crap from you, boy.
It's not too far from what he said. Minus an expletive or two.
I don't use those kinds of words.
Nobody said you did. All right, I'll go to the finish since you've got nothing else, unless Harper, you got something from this thing.
Negative.
Here it is. Man, Butch Reed hits that shoulder tackle well, though, man. He
Mm-hmm.
explodes through these guys. It looks like a finisher, a good finisher from the 90s especially. All right, well, moving right along, we go to commercial, and the first thing we see is a graphic where you can call 1-900 where you can call the wrestling hotline and you can talk to the dudes with attitude. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, the dudes with attitude. And then someone didn't clip
Man
out the
3.
commercials from this section because we get a couple of ads here. Superman 3, which was terrible. Gremlins
That's
2.
the one. That's the one with Richard Pryor, right?
I think so, yes.
Where they control the weather or some shit.
Yeah, it's
Which
like,
one was the best one, Harper?
The second one.
Damn right.
I mean, 1 and 2 were fine. 3 was just
One was
dumb.
fine, but 2 was the bomb.
Yeah.
4 was really stupid.
4 was really fucking bad because what happens is the studio that did the Superman movies, they did the Masters of the Universe movie as well, and they put so much money into that movie that it took money away from Superman 4 because they figured, this is going to be our big fucking block, but it's fucking He-Man. Kids are going to love this shit. And of course, that didn't happen.
That movie, we've talked about it, was one of the dumbest movies ever.
I still watch it. I put it on not too long ago.
I
My
did
girl-
too.
And my girlfriend was like, what the fuck is this? This is He-Man. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This is He-Man. Remember when fucking Skeletor drove down the street and fucking fought the police?
The acting in it is so terrible. It's
Does
so
she treat
horrible.
you different now that she knows that you don't make $50,000 a month? You're just another asshole with a podcast.
That's right.
So Gremlins 2.
$600,000.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like a third string quarterback for the, for the fucking Chargers or something.
I can personally guarantee everyone out there that if we were all pulling in $600,000 a year from this podcast would have ended about 2 years ago.
It would have ended 2 years ago, but we also, none of us would have been working shoot jobs all this whole time.
Oh, fuck no. God, wouldn't that be great, though, for real?
Oh,
Yes.
I dream about
Fucking-
it every day.
Might do something about this.
Can you
man.
imagine? Can you imagine?
It's time to sell out.
Doc and
Yeah,
I would
for
have
real.
to. Doc and I would wake up, because we still got to get kids to school and stuff. But can you imagine? get the kids to school, and then in the middle of the day, you just can cut some audio and
or not.
And literally, you could do it 3 days a week.
Yeah. Oh,
and that's all you're doing.
Look at Mike fucking jerking me off.
It's your girl that got us thinking about this.
I don't know.
God.
I don't know why I just thought about it, but I'll never forget the time Harper, this was years ago on the show, he goes, I don't know, y'all were talking about the Jaworski moment of the week, and Harper just out of the blue was like, you ever wonder why you fall asleep after you crank on?
Yeah, why is that?
It's
like sex NyQuil. As soon as you bust a nut, it's like, okay.
Talk about Bruno. Talk about GYT. Oh, Harper, what the hell, man?
Maybe this year at Thanksgiving, when Grandpa gets sleepy after some turkey, you should ask him if he just jerked one in the bathroom.
Did you just crank one off to the Lions game?
I mean, I know Jared Goff is hot, but come on, Grandpa.
I was gonna say something. I can't say it, man, because I can't say it.
You know why the Lions started playing on Thanksgiving?
Tell us, Harper.
Because they couldn't get anyone to go to the fucking games. But after Thanksgiving, they ain't shit to do, right? So they figured, fuck it, let's book a game on Thanksgiving Day. And that's how we're going to fill the fucking building up. Because it gives people something to do. Just like fucking... the
wrestling.
Right, exactly.
It's a thin line between wrestling and football.
Sure is. All right, so we'll keep moving. And, we got Gremlins 2. I actually thought this commercial was kind of funny because you got this news guy who's in his newsroom, and the gremlin comes flying out of the console and bites him. And then there's a gremlin with a gun who shoots another gremlin. Lord knows you couldn't do that today. They would, they would, say, no, we can't do that in the movie. And Gremlins 2.
In that? Or Trump?
Gremlins 2?
Yeah, didn't he kind of like pop up for a second?
I don't think Gremlins 2.
No?
Trump was in one of them Home Alone movies.
Home Alones?
He was in one of those.
You can't say that word. We'll get banned.
Boy, you ain't lying. They'll
Donald.
Monetize this thing just because I said the name. You can't talk about any politicians. But I think that's what you're talking about, Harper.
Okay.
All right, so we get a bunch of, like I said, commercials, different clips here. Game Boy. Bill Cosby was in a movie called Ghost Dad.
God, that shit was bad.
The jokes that you could make about that right now.
If there's a scene when it goes between a woman's pants. I mean, to her legs. When she's on the bus. Is this it? Watch. God, this movie was so bad. Watch, here it comes.
Oh my God.
He went straight through her uterus.
He really did. No, everybody, we're not joking. We're watching the ad for this movie, and Bill Cosby is a ghost, and he goes through this woman's legs. I'm not trying to be funny. It's actually what happened.
Every movie he did was dog shit. Remember fucking Leonard Part 6?
God.
Yeah.
God, bro. He had a shitty fucking manager.
I don't know what that movie was. That movie was dumb, Harper.
Bro, for real, bro.
Like
it was
really
like Howard
stupid.
the Duck. It was like Howard the Duck for black people.
It's nice. Well, the commercials are over, so we keep moving, and we go to Paul Orndorff, the Junkyard Dog, and Rocky King, who are taking on Ric Flair, who's the world champion still, Arn Anderson, who is our TV champion still, and Barry Windham, Ole Anderson on the outside. I know the Horsemen are heels, but you surely can hear the cheers when they are introduced and walk out. Rocky King when this thing gets started, he comes in dancing when he's tagged, and they've got him playing every stereotype known to man. Barry Windham put a stop to it with a hell of a power slam on Rocky King. Anyway, things get out of hand like 5 minutes into this. It doesn't go long because, again, we've only got a 46-minute episode here, so we couldn't go too long. Doc, let me throw it to you. What are your thoughts on this match? Look at the fans cheering the Horsemen, though, in the background. You can see it in the stands.
They're into this shit.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
JR says that Sting and Luger are at a children's hospital.
Yeah, sure. Community outreach, just like you claim to do, right?
They're at a hospital unloading children into some nurses.
Oh, see?
What's wrong with you? Keep going. Talk about the match. Talk about Bruno. Talk about GYD. I mean, come on. What the hell, bro?
Rocky King knows how to work a crowd.
He sure does.
I didn't realize how much smaller he was. Rocky King. When you see him next to JYD and Mr.
Everybody's
Wonderful.
smaller next to JYD.
Dude, you'd have to be Beer City Bruiser from ROH to be. I mean, I'm not joking. That's how big JYD is. And that's not a slight on Bruiser, because Bruiser is agile and gets around for his weight. Dog is just rotund, as we've discussed every single week.
I'm sitting here watching this. I'm thinking, if I imagine it feels like 40 pounds lighter.
And he would still be big.
Well, I mean, the crowd still responds to him. And he just he's just been doing the same old shit he's been doing for fucking 10 years.
Yep. You see how they reacted to Orndorff, though, when he hits that move? Like Orndorff, they don't do nothing. Like, they lock up. Orndorff locks up with Arn. Arn backs him up into the corner. Arn throws a couple punches. Arn Irish whips him into the turnbuckle. Arn comes out, takes a gut punch, and then a body slam. Look at the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And look at Orndorff firing up. I mean, they're into this thing. Even though they were cheering the Horsemen at the beginning. What else you got from this one, Doc?
Orndorff should be getting the push JYD's get.
Yeah.
You call this a JYD push?
He got a title shot at the last Clash.
Yeah,
they just
for real,
need...
dude. Bro, if I was Sting, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck?
Sting's going to get his comeuppance in a second. Don't worry about that.
No. That's not going to happen.
Look at Orndorff, man. Orndorff's out there working, man. He ain't mailing it in. Look at the fans.
And the crowd is into this whole match.
They are. They love it. They don't do nothing fancy.
Mm-mm.
Wooly Anderson still hasn't changed clothes. He's in his Do Somebody Again outfit.
Christ. He's like Mickey Mouse, who wears the same pants for the past fucking 50 years.
Dog growls and gets a reaction as he comes in. It's crazy. So this thing goes on. Let me get to when Rocky King comes in, because I want Flair still putting up over Dog and these bumps.
This goes to show you how Ric Flair is the best. I mean, JYD ain't doing shit, and he can't do shit, but he gets the crowd to fucking respond to everything that's happening, and it's just basic bullshit.
Tackle, drop down.
Tackle, the drops, and he does the fucking headbutt.
Rick feeds to Orndorff, feeds back to JYD, takes a bump.
Mm-hmm.
Rick's doing all the work. This was similar to the Clash. Ric Flair flopping around, bumping, making him look good. That's why he's one of the best ever.
One of?
Well, you say best ever, you get 60 emails. Well, what about Austin?
Motherfucker Bret Hart. Shut the fuck up, man.
I don't mind it. I'm just Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Rocky King here. Watch him come in. He's working the crowd. They put every stereotype known to man on him. Look at him.
Jesus Christ. Slam Black is dynamite.
Dude, they stereotype this man. Now, he's working.
Now. A little bit louder. A little bit softer now.
And then stop it. Barry Windham puts an end to it. That power slam. So they're actually working towards the finish here. It doesn't go on much longer. When Rocky King comes in dancing, he's tagged, and again, Windham hits him with the power slam. Things then go out of control. I'd say not even 5 minutes into this thing, and we're probably 4 into it now. Nick Patrick loses control of things. Ole Anderson, he's out there. This ends up being a DQ. They're all fighting and brawling, I guess, because it's out of control.
Yeah, Ole gets in, and then that's when they ring the bell.
Yep. They were laying it into Rocky King, man. Look at that clothesline again. Here it comes. I'm like, whoof. Here it comes. Boop. Man, they're being stiff with Rocky.
Why not?
Wyndham's about to take a DDT from him, and then that's the hot tag, and then this is going to end up leading to the eventual DQ. Any other thoughts, Doc, before I go to the finish of this thing?
They're into this shit, man.
They sure as hell are. These people got a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eventually when it ends, you think about that, man. Here you are, wherever they are, whether it's Florida or Tennessee.
Both, neither one is a prize. Nobody's winning, so they're somewhere shitty. How about that?
That's nice. But, you think about it. You got Orndorff and JYD, no matter how much we make fun of his weight. And then on the other side, you got, in Rocky King, on the other side, you got the Horsemen. I mean, you got Arn and Flair out there. So, of course, these people feel like they're getting their money's worth, no matter how you slice it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, at least.
I think so.
So here's the interference. They're all fighting at this point. Ole comes in.
Get off my lawn.
Do somebody in outfit on. Get off my lawn. He's taking it out on JYD. And, of course, we get the DQ.
Heritage, not hate.
Oh,
Come
God.
on.
Sting and Luger eventually hit the ring, and really the fans are going nuts now because they cleared the ring of the Horsemen. I mean, this is big time for this little building, man. I don't want to keep repeating it, but it is. Look at the fans.
They're losing their fucking mind like their team won the Super Bowl on the last-second field goal.
I was going to say it seems like everybody got their disability approved, but
this was
my
good.
cousin Ricky's on disability. He gets a check every month, first of the month. That's what that song's about.
Yeah, because he was in the Army, and he was exposed to some napalm in Vietnam, and so he gets a check now.
He might have also blown his own arm off, but we're not sure.
That's fucked up.
I haven't told y'all a story about an ex-girlfriend of mine, what her dad did to get out of Vietnam.
What?
Is it like the Allman Brothers where they shot the guy in the foot?
He said it was queer?
Come on.
That would have done it back then.
I know, that's why.
Why'd you shoot yourself? All you had to do was say you were gay.
Yeah, back then, if you were gay or if you admitted to being a communist, you couldn't join the military.
What
I
if
don't
you were
mean
a
to
gay
laugh.
communist?
Oh,
I don't mean to.
A true pinko.
I don't mean to laugh, but when Harper said that, I laughed because it was true.
Oh.
Okay, so what did your ex-girlfriend's dad do? And wait, what?
This dude, he's a brother. I know what you're about to ask, okay?
Yeah, just, it's important.
He was a weird cat. I mean, weird cat, bro. He was just weird. So he got drafted, and he claimed he had an inoperable, left foot. I don't know if it was left or right. Where he didn't have feeling in it, and he basically couldn't do anything. So they didn't. Now, again, this is the story I was told. I could have been lied to. I'm just repeating what I was told. He, I guess, had to go to a medical evaluation to make sure he wasn't lying. Again, if somebody out there knows they didn't do this and thinks this person that told me this is full of crap, I actually would love to know this. Apparently this doctor basically just stuck pins in his foot for 10 minutes trying to see if they could get him to jump and feel something, and brother man didn't move. And they were like, all right, you're good. You definitely don't have feeling down there. Now, did they do that back then? I have no idea. But when I 20 years ago when I heard this story, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's what they did, but whatever.
That's how he got out of going to Vietnam?
Yeah, he had a medical disability because he didn't have feeling in his left or right foot. I mean, I don't know if they did that back then, but that's what I was told. And here I am, 23 years later, because I'm trying to think back. It was a long time ago. 24 years later, Harper says, well, if you just would have told him he was gay, if he just would have said I'm gay, they wouldn't have let him in anyway, so he wouldn't have had to get stuck. But anyway, all right, let's keep going because we got a couple more segments to close out this episode. Jim Hurd, we heard from him at the beginning of the episode. Well, it's time to hear from...
Wait. Why didn't that go... Why wasn't that the way we went off the air, please?
Bruh, for real, dude. Because I'm like, wait, they got like 10 minutes left. What the fuck are they going to do?
Well, we got to hear from Jim Hurd. What do you mean?
He should have said that shit already.
You're not getting a disagreement from me. Let's go to Hurd now.
Okay, fans, as promised, an important announcement that concerns you and it concerns me about the Great American Bash, July the 7th in Baltimore, Maryland. I've been on the phone with the lawyers that represent Nature Boy Ric Flair and also the lawyer that represents the Four Horsemen. And I'm here to tell you right now, Rick, you're going to wrestle Sting that night in Baltimore, and you're not only going to wrestle him, you're going to put up the World Heavyweight title that night. There's a lot of loyal fans out there that want it, they're demanding it, and they're going to get it. If you don't, then you will be suspended, fined, and the belt will be taken away from you.
I mean, that's fair. They wanted to hold this till the end before they said it. There's nothing wrong with doing this after what we just saw. Because it is important.
Well, it should have ended. And now we got fucking Tommy Rich. Well, they should have been on first.
You better not say nothing about Tommy Rich. Steven Jaworski's he's gonna be mad at you.
Fuck, it is a bunch of Latino names. They gotta be in Florida.
Y'all are the worst.
I tried to tell you that.
Tommy Rich takes on a gentleman by the name of Jumbo.
Yeah, dude, they ain't fucking Tennessee. Bro, what the fuck was that?
Jumbo Morello? They're making fun.
No,
they're
what was that?
Jumbo Moretto?
Jumbo Moretto's the guy's name. Something happened. Somebody runs.
Right. It was
past...
two guys running.
So pay attention on video
it.
version.
On the bottom.
Uh-oh.
they were trying to duck so they couldn't be seen, but you could see them as they ran by. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah, this is it, bro. There is no one in Tennessee that has a last name that ends with a fucking vowel, bro. It's like what fucking Paulie said. Fuck, what did he call Tennessee? Elvis Land, and he's like, what this Elvis Land? He's like, it's a place that doesn't have Italians or Jews.
Son of a bitch!
There you go.
Oh, God. Harper got me dying today. All right. Any other thoughts on Tommy Rich versus Jumbo Moretto, Doc?
I didn't watch this shit. I said, fuck this.
It
went
went
a body part, and then he's gonna do his no.
It went a while too.
It went a while. It must be hot in there because fucking Rich is sweating all the coke out, and this is a sloppy Luthez press.
Oh,
Jesus.
Describe it, Doc. He
flew over
sweating.
him.
Describe it. Here it comes.
He flew over him and had to come back and pin him.
yeah.
He put his nuts on the top of that guy's head when he hit him with it, and he flies over him. Look. I can't believe you all are talking bad about him. Steven Jaworski's not going to be happy.
I don't answer to him.
Hey, Chris Sapita. That was the Jaworski crank-off moment of the week, which you named a year or two ago on this show. All right. Any other thoughts, Doc, before we go to the final promo before we go off air?
No.
All right. So let's go down to the Horsemen. They're back out there. You know, Flair's got to respond maybe to what Jim Herd just said. Here it is.
I was very surprised to see Sting and Lex Luger here. I was informed they weren't going to be here. Obviously, you guys are surprised as well.
We're not surprised at any collusion going on right now to these so-called superheroes. Let me explain something to you, Jim Ross. Batman's a superhero. Superman's a superhero. They all belong in comic books. They don't belong in wrestling rings. It was 3-on-3. If 3 grown men can't get it done against the Horsemen, then find something else to do. You see, we've always said we stick together. We're a family. Why don't they just circle the wagons and bring in the National Guard? It's acts of desperate men.
I got nothing to say. That's Nate's picture. Well, I understand. Wait just a second. Jim Herd will be here next week to let you know what kind of stipulations you'll face Sting at the Great American Bash.
Let me tell you something. The only one in the Turner Empire that tells me what to do is Ted Turner himself. So Sting, listen up. If you'd have come down there tonight all by yourself instead of with 20 people behind you, we'd have settled it right here. Now, you gotta wait, and you gotta think, and you gotta dream about this. It's mine. It belongs to me. And you'll never see the day of your life if you wear it, pal.
Fans, we'll see you this Sunday night on the main event. So long, everybody.
I thought it was smart of Barry to just be like, I'm done. You know, Nate, you tell him what's on your mind.
Yeah. Fuck that. I ain't do fucking shit. I ain't talking. I like that.
Did you like... I loved Arn. Arn's out there. It's 3-on-3. Dude, we just watched Ole interfere. What are you talking about? He basically did what Doc did at the top of this show, acting like he didn't see his Cowboys lose this weekend.
What? I haven't.
Yeah, it's because it happened, and you just refused to admit it. That was perfect. Arn was great here.
That's the game, but you're trying to tell me that we lost to Denver. Get the fuck out of here.
That's an underrated. That's an underrated Arn Anderson promo right there. Nobody will talk about it like in glowing terms, like it's one of the best, but that was phenomenal. And y'all did lose to Teddy Bridgewater, unfortunately for you. Doc, what other thoughts you got from this promo as we close this episode out?
I thought Rick was good again. I only listened to Ted Turner.
That might have been a shoot.
That might have been a shoot.
I mean,
He's
like seriously.
Okay, Herd, you want to come out on TV? Y'all want to get Ted on? See who can get Ted on the horn quickest? You think Ted Turner knew who Jim Herd was?
Yeah, but like...
Nope. You think?
Yeah, he knew who he was. Or did you say, did Jim Herd know who Ted was?
No, did Ted know who Jim Herd was?
Of course he did. I mean, yeah. Now, he was busy with his lady friends and maybe didn't realize how much he was ruining his promotion, but... He knew who he was.
You mean he was hollowing out Jane Fonda's guts?
You're making those allegations and not me. Maybe you need to clean yourself up and act a little bit more mature in this show.
Yeah, grow up.
Grow up, for real.
That's what we're here. We're going to have no ads and be straight arrows. Okay, that's a great business model. Let's run with that. This motherfucker calls me earlier today and he goes, hey, look. The shows have been a little stale lately. Do you think you could get wasted tonight before the show? I was like, come on, dude.
This is not what I said. But okay. All right. Well, Doc.
I got to tell you right now, usually I wait and let this marinate. But I got to tell you, we're in the middle of a really hot-ass show tonight. We've been fucking bringing it. And I just want to stop and point that out to everybody.
He don't want to toot his own horn, but toot. So we do need to rate it and hand out some Rolex or the Rolex. Before we do so, remember, hey, Great American Bash is coming up. We've done a Clash recently, a Capital Combat, plus the World Clash shows are all out there. Become a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. A great way to support this show. You get a ton of extra content. And again, just look at what everybody's saying on social media whenever they talk about the Patreon shows. You want to become a patron, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Not only does it help support the show,
Great American Bash we're gonna do. That shit's almost 3 hours long.
not only does it support the show when you become a patron, but you get extra content, which you all love. All right, well, Doc,
I feel like we gave one away on this pole assassin. We should have saved that for a patron app.
Dude, they were talking about that here on the local sports radio.
Dude, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. So, Doc, you want to rate it or Rolex first?
I don't care. We can do both. We got to do both of them. We can't do one until we do the other, so let's do one.
Well, you pick one.
Let's rate it. I'm going to give it a solid, strong, healthy, all the way live, B+.
What's wrong with you? It's a better show than a B+. Come on.
Yeah, that's an A.
Yeah, I agree with Harper. This is an A with ease, and I thought even higher.
It wasn't even a fucking hour.
Yeah, I mean, look.
A++. Sorry.
Yeah, A++, double A++. Look, there was bonus questions on the end of the quiz, and that gave it 105 instead of 100.
Okay, y'all made me feel bad. A-.
You're a curmudgeon. Harper, you said A+ as well, right? Or
yeah. Yeah, A.
I'm going to go with A+. Doc, who are you giving your Rolex to?
I thought he was good across multiple segments, so give me Rick.
Harper?
I guess Rick. I mean, who else would it be?
Mike's getting
Arn.
ready to give it to Arn, so there you go.
Yeah.
That last promo, the thing about the last promo, it's not one that people will remember, but it's very reminiscent of 86, 87, when the Horsemen are acting like we didn't just see what happened and claiming something else happened, and you're like, wait, we just saw it. Y'all cheated. Ole got involved. What are you talking about? It's 4-on-3 or whatever you're saying. You're the ones who started the shenanigans. That's why I'm giving it to Arn. It was a good callback. And it's good to see Arn wrestle on television. I mean, and then, dude, that main event, God, you could...
Yeah, no, huh?
Well, not main event. I'm sorry, because we got Tommy Rich after. But that 6-man, for the little 5-6 minutes that it was spectacular. All them guys went out there and worked hard. But I'm giving mine to Arn. All right, so we got to do one thing before we get out of here, a couple of things before we get out of here. First off, I want to remind you, hey, like we said, it's a week from Thanksgiving as of this show airing. And remember, the show that comes out the week of Thanksgiving comes out on Wednesday. So if you want to send a special Thanksgiving message or some type of video shout out or life and relationship advice to your friends or family or people you hate, you can do so by emailing Harper at chrisharper16wildcat@gmail.com. That's chrisharper16wildcat@gmail.com. Send Harper the details of what you want in your video shout out or who your shout out is to and whatnot. And Harper will make sure he gets your video done after you send him $20 via PayPal at cc30388cc@yahoo.com. Again, his PayPal is cc30388cc@yahoo.com. Another thing before we get out of here, check out our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, the northern version of BTT. Slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still fun nonetheless. They support us. Please support them. And then check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Prue and JV as they take care of our ECW show on our Patreon feed, but they also do a show on the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin on their free feed, on their feed. Doc, anything else before we button this up and get out of here? And, I guess we should wish the folks a happy Thanksgiving, but they'll get that on the Thanksgiving episode next week as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to give us an A+ tonight, and we all get Rolexes.
Okay.
Hey, we've been doing this long enough that when you know you're doing a good one, you know you're doing a good one. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Listen, Doc, toot his horn.
Toot.
It's always what you do. Okay. Harper, anything else before we get out of here?
No, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's blow this joint. All right. Hit the tagline. Harper, let's roll.
Book it, bitch.